and takes me away from fear. And I have a picture with this dude in fear, and I'm livid. I'm so mad at this dude. And I show my friend, I'm like, this dude ruined my picture with fear. Is Arteezy.
I mean,
I'm still a little upset about it. I really wanted that picture with fear. Arteezy came in and ruined the picture for me.
I mean, to be fair, Fear is a TI winner, So
yes, that's true.
You have good taste.
If you're a fan of Fear, I've got a picture to show you after the panel.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Ask to see picture of Fear. The other thing that I want to see, it's going to be this game. We're getting ready to actually jump in. This is one of the most anticipated matchups of the day. It is going to be EG going up against Secret. Two front runners to potentially take the entire tournament, going to be going head-to-head. The loser of this drops down to that elimination bracket where it's really going to get saucy. Now, I do want to actually jump in right now and see what is going to happen. The players are now ready. Let's see who's going to take this one.
Team Secret versus Evil Geniuses. Game 1.
That's right. As Rich pointed out, this has got to be one of the most anticipated matchups. Evil Geniuses versus Team Secret. And what better man to be able to break down the strategic element of the game with BSJ and I than PPD. Peter, you've had a long history in North American Dota. You've been heralded as one of the great captains to be able to lead teams. You heard Puppy's philosophy on leadership. You've heard his experience, having personalities who try and take over the leadership role. Have you ever experienced that?
Some of the players I relate to the most are captains. Unfortunately, I'll never have the chance to play with them because we're too similar of guys. And I think Nisha, right, coming into Team Secret, he's this quiet youngster who doesn't have a lot of previous biases. Sure, he's been playing for a while, but never at this kind of a level. So he comes in, he stays quiet, hits his neutral creeps, carries the game. He doesn't have all these previous biases. He doesn't want to be a leader. He just wants to listen.
That's the kind of player you're looking for, right?
Sometimes,
to bring under your wing.
If that's who you need, and
yeah.
that's what Puppy needs on his team. And getting behind a captain and working together as a team, having one direction throughout the game, will take you, very, very far.
Yeah, I've been on teams where there's under-communication, not enough being said amongst the team. There's not a clear-cut leader. And then I've also been on teams where everyone wants to say their part. And if you have 5 people talking in the middle of a game, it can really convolute the communications. And sometimes you just need that guy, like you said, to be silent, do his part, and you just know what to expect from him mainly. Like, there can be a lot done in Dota that needs to be left unsaid. Like, that's how I look at it. And that's why there's a nice balance of these quiet players, reserved, as well as these vocal captains.
And the reason why we practice is so that eventually, the captain's philosophy about how to play Dota becomes second nature to the players on the team. And then sometimes the captain, he doesn't even have to do the leading, as long as the players who are speaking up, are on the same page. But when everybody's on different pages, that's when things get crazy. But we got a nice draft here. I've been excited to break down these drafts. Team Secret and Puppy, they're a little bit tough to break down sometimes because, I don't know what's going on with Team Secret drafts sometimes. We saw some...
Did you guys look at Team Secret going into this tournament as they are the front runners and everybody's been looking at them? Did you try and study them and their drafting philosophy?
Well, there was all these patches before TI and you didn't really know what people were going to do. So pretty much the only info you had was from the scrims that you played and a lot of, matchmaking pubs to try to identify some of the powerful heroes in the meta. Team Secret, they're pretty private about their scrim opponents. We didn't get any games against them, unfortunately. And but when you're at a tournament, you're at this group stage, and after day one, you see, who's 6-0? What are they doing?
And from your point of view, what is Team Secret doing that is making them look so good from DPC and now to TI? Just continued success.
I think Team Secret's the most individually talented team at this tournament. Their players seem to just understand what they're capable of doing in game and are capable enough to execute it in game as well. So I think they're just they're all making really fast and good decisions. And as long as their draft is on point, I think they have a real good shot of going further. And I think that Secret OG matchup in the next round would be really exciting.
So you have already got it locked in your head. Secret's going to body Evil Geniuses.
I think Secret's the better team, but EG, they have these moments of brilliance where they have these series where they play super well. And Secret sometimes sometimes they get this weird puppy draft, and you're like, what is going on here? And sometimes it just doesn't connect.
Yeah. BSJ, from your perspective, what is EG doing differently? They had a rough start to this group stage, right?
Yeah, I think at the start they were just too predictable, and I also think they came into the tournament not exactly on par with the meta, quite honestly. It feels like over the course of the group stage, they kind of did what PPD said, where who's 6-0, what are they doing in this tournament? And they kind of just started stealing the other heroes. That is honestly kind of a Bulba special, not to be a flamer here, but they are skilled enough to the point where they know these heroes well enough, and they're able to just be like, oh, I'll take a little bit of that strategy, a little bit of that one,
sure,
and apply it to our own game. And I think I like their opening here. You have Leshrac, a hero that is flex pick, but I think Sumail's been more than impressive on this hero so far.
Leshrac is one of those heroes that I identify as an Ench killer. You know, this Ench hero is super powerful in lane, around like level 5 to level 6. Also, you just run out of regen. You have to leave the lane against her. But Lesh is one of these heroes with, you know, lots and lots of heavy magical damage, lots of physical damage through through Edict, and he can kill, you know, some Yules into stun. Like sometimes if Ench isn't tanky enough, she just drops. And 1 or 2 Ench deaths, and before the first 15 minutes, that hero just falls right off a cliff.
Do you think that's why that last ban from Team Secret came in the first phase? The Gyrocopter, another one of those Enchantress killers, they're just trying to protect this first pick?
Yeah, Gyrocopter is a good Ench killer, but I think maybe the Lesh is even better. And like we said, the Lesh is a little bit more flex. You don't exactly know what role or lane it's going in. For EGs, it's you know, it's one of Sumail's best mid heroes, and as they are on second pick, they're going to be able to hold that final pick to decide if Lesh is going to be mid for Sumail, or if they're going to maybe put it on support or a side lane or somewhere else.
They're going to be able to get that final twist that could surprise Team Secret.
Lesh is a very versatile hero, and on second pick, it's really nice to have these heroes that, you know, can play multiple roles.
Yeah, I like to have a natural, he says Enchantress killer, the one that supplies all the damage, that is mobile. I mentioned SF as well. We've seen teams deal with it that way too. It's just a hero that naturally pushes out their lane and then will easily rotate quickly to that Enchantress, where it's him +1 is enough to threaten the Enchantress. And I think that's a core part of Enchantress, where if she can't play the map with one hero missing the way she wants to play, or maybe she has to itemize 1 or 2 items like a hood or a force staff, it just makes her game a little less luxurious. But the fact is, there still could be a position 5 Enchantress. That's like the power of this hero as a first pick, the flex idea.
I would not expect that to come out in this big of a game. I have played some 5 Ench in my days, but this hero is just so powerful in the offlane that he just demands attention. And with this Shaker, he's going to have that early fissure block to get his lane back. I think once Ench gets level 3, she just becomes unkillable with the 2 points in either Untouchable or Nature's Attendance.
And now we do have our 5 position from Team Secret, Chen, with the synergy of the Enchantress as well off that healing amplification.
And because Ench is so strong in lane, it's eventually going to free up the Shaker to start rotating throughout the map, kind of having free reign to, you know, get summoned around by Chen. Maybe they'll do some tri-laning. Maybe he'll gank mid. They'll be able to hopefully ease off the pressure of this 22 or this last pick from EG, with, you know, because they kind of have to expose their mid on this 8-9 pick.
I think they're going to have some trouble with the creeps in the early game so far with Evil Geniuses. Yeah, in the mid game they have ET, Leshrac with the spread damage.
Yeah, Windrunner is also an Ench Slayer, right? In the mid game, we also have seen Windrunner be ran as a 4 position. I know Crit has played this hero quite a bit. We've seen these Archer type heroes, in these Maranas, Windrunner, Lina, Leshrac. These are they 4? Are they mid? Can't really tell. I would guess that usually the heroes you pick later in the draft end up being core, so I would suspect that this is going to be Sumail playing the Wind Ranger, and then they're going to save Arteezy's hero for the 22 pick. This is something that EG loves to do. They all in Arteezy, give him the hard carry, see if he can take it. From
your experience with these teammates, like why do you think that is? Why aren't we seeing the last pick for Sumail? Like, give him the ultimate 1v1 matchup.
Maybe he's just such a highly skilled player, he can handle any matchup they throw at him.
I want to bring attention to the fact that Chen can get all these magic aura creeps.
Yeah.
That ET reduces your base magic resistance with his spirit, and so far with Evil Genius's lineup, other than I guess Retaliate and kind of Diabolic Edict, but that's not really enough. They have nothing that penetrates. That it's all magic damage for the most part. Even Wind Ranger ends up building Javelin Maelstrom with the Focus Fire. I just think they might have some serious damage issues on EG in the mid to late game against heroes like Enchantress with the Chen creeps. Tiny's pretty beefy. The problem with Team Secret's lineup is they don't have that hard one. and that's what they're going to obviously pick for Nisha in this last
It's coming,
pick.
don't worry.
Yeah.
It's coming, don't worry. They picked Tiny as a response to seeing the mid Wind Ranger. Tiny has high base damage, therefore he's very good and capable at out-CSing lower damage, 600 range heroes.
Yeah, and he can also do a lot of damage through Windrun.
Lots of bursts, definitely. And we're going to see a last pick for Nisha with the hard carry as last pick. And this is kind of a weird spot for actually Secret because, I don't know, they kind of have to pick this hard carry that's going to, at least they see the offlaner. He's going to have a good lane against Centaur. Can maybe do a Juggernaut, something like that. And then EG is going to be able to pick a harder scaling late game carry. So it's going to be up to mid one and Zai on this Enchantress, I would guess, to really push the tempo and put some pressure on RTZ to make sure he can't scale into the late game.
That's got to be a hard balance to take, right? When you don't have the ultimate last pick, trying to choose like how much of a late game are you going to have with your carry while simultaneously making sure you don't do it overboard and just get run at.
Just depends how good you think you can do against the offlane. Right now, I think you would guess it's going to be Lesh Centaur in your offlane. You've got a Chen there to back you up, which is a very strong lane securing support once he gets a couple creeps. Pick a hard enough carry to where you don't get crushed in lane, but that you also put enough pressure on EG to where they think they need to pick a really hard carry, and then hopefully your offlane of Shaker can put pressure on that hard carry so he doesn't have a great game. And Enchantress is no carry wants to lane against Enchantress.
I mean, Sam, you made it sound like because the Chen, you could almost get a little bit greedier with your last pick in carry, and Evil Geniuses actually take just that. They ban away the Spectre. What are the greedier laners you could go for?
Yeah, I think EG could be maybe set to deal with the Spectre quite well. I think Lesh Spectre kind of likes the people stunning her and going on her and doing damage.
What do you think is more likely from Team Secret, DSJ?
Sorry.
All right, either one.
No, you go ahead. Let's hear from the carry.
People probably want to hear you.
No,
People
go
probably
ahead.
want to hear your damage or your perspective, anyways. I was going to say they need a damage soaker, and that's exactly what they got in this last pick.
Full tempo.
I like the Spectre ban because they have. I really think Team Secret's threatening this mid-game timing of damage problems for EG. I think Team Secret's first volley of items is more powerful than EG's, and once they get past that initial volley of items, I think EG's lineup will then possess enough damage. But when you have this early game tempo, the natural tower pressure from the Chin and Enchantress, now you couple it with the Wraith King, a hero that kind of sets up the rotations naturally. He's just going to be hitting creeps all game.
It's going to be a fast game for
Yeah,
Secret.
that's what I mean. And I think Sven might be a little too slow even if he goes for the Midas build on it too.
At least they didn't go with the super hard carry.
Yeah, I like this pick better than, like you said, a super hard carry.
You guys are leaning towards one team or the other? Seeing this last pick coming out from Evil Geniuses, did Sven solve enough problems?
I want to see EG prove that they can keep up with the pace of a team like Team Secret, and Team Secret is threatening a really fast pace. So I think Team Secret's got it.
Secret.
All right, well, with such a historical matchup, Evil Geniuses versus Team Secret, what better man to go to than the man who could give you all the stats between these two teams? Last word with Alan.
You know I love my early game stats, and I think that is once again going to be the key in this matchup. All eyes naturally on Sumail in that mid lane. He is the only player in the tournament averaging over 2.5 kills at the 12-minute mark, the tail end of that laning phase. But I actually think it's going to be tower pressure early on that will be decisive. EG turned around a 1-5 start in their groups. They have killed 12 towers at this tournament before the 10-minute mark. That's more than any other team, only given up 4. Secret have a 4-4 record that category, tower differential of 0. Going to be huge. Secret are going with an Enchantress for the first time in the last 2 patches, but they're going to try and shore up those lanes behind the puppy Chen. 17-11, that is the most wins of any player hero combo ever at the International. 2 Titans of the West collide with a top 6 finish at TI9 on the line. Lyrical and Trent, take it away.
Thank you so much, Alan. And yes, Trent, historical data, historical teams. Let's make some history. We're in the upper bracket TI9, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, full season of DPC, all these points. A lot of things in the past, I believe, is what you're all discussing. Who cares about the past? It means absolutely nothing. All that matters is how you perform at TI and the upper bracket. That's a nice place to do it because you want to ride that wave for as long as you can.
Oh, it's a very nice place to be, definitely. And already these two teams, again, we talked about it during the panel. EG barely able to sneak in there right towards the end of their group stage as they made a quick run in the last couple of days. Secret there the entire time pretty much. And already early on, mid one, able to pick himself up a little ward there.
Right off the bat. So this draft, coming out, largely agreeing with most of what the panel had to say. Right? They're discussing things like the timing and everything. Things looking quite scary. You know, we talk so much about this Ancient Apparition and Alchemist, I feel like, where you're like kind of protecting that pick later on. Like, let's say you pick the AA, then you can pick the Alch later. Now, in this case, you take that Ench early, and no one really wants to pick Chen, I don't think, versus Ench, right? Very annoying to play against because the enchant, so they managed to snag up both of them and give themselves a very fast-looking game here from Secret.
Well, mid one coming in to say hi, and yeah, that feels like it's going to be the story of this matchup. Really, is how well can EG absorb this pressure that's coming in from Secret, and already Zai giving his buddy the business as they head through the river.
A couple of good friends duking it out up there, but the stun easily secures the bounty for Arteezy to give him the 2-2. So a lot of mysteries in the draft, right, for EG. You didn't quite know exactly where they're going to be laning these heroes, wondering who's going to be picking up that Leshrac. Such a flexible, probably the most flexible hero right now in the meta. As, ooh, what a deny there from mid one. And that is the frustrating thing versus the Tiny. It feels like even when you're casting your spells, trying to secure CS, it's not enough.
Yeah, the hero is just so hard to deal with, and a second one whiffs off the mark there.
It's getting warmed up, you know?
That's true. I mean, this is really one of those matchups that you could just watch mid the entire time, it feels like, and there'd be something interesting to talk about, because probably two of the best mid players in the world right now, and from a historical perspective as well.
Yeah, but on top of that, you also have a lot of stuns on the side lanes, too. So opportunities for kills galore. And we get some shenanigans up top there with YapzOr now pulling the creep wave too to help secure the Enchantress, who just, of course, needs all the help she can get the lane if she wasn't already annoying enough for you.
Yeah, Zai definitely just keeps the pressure onto Arteezy, and he is going to have to come back behind the tower to try and farm this one up. Maybe connect it over with the creep wave as well, so that way the lane doesn't push too far underneath the tower, and they'll see if they can get a little bit aggressive here. Zai just having the heal, so does not have that reduction in attack speed from the Untouchable, and Fly gonna play intercept.
Yeah, he's getting as much as he can out of this, right? Because he's like, I know the second she gets Untouchable, I'm kind of useless.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try it for now.
Giving each other the high fives as well.
He's doing the math. He's like, all right, let me see here.
Yeah, it's time to get the heck away. And Arteezy will come in, play intercept. They do draw some aggro there again, but it won't be that big of an issue. Mid lane, Avalanche and Split Earth traded off between the two mids. And this is all to the tune of getting a little bit more for that Earthshaker. That battle that was going on up there top towards Zai, which is what you normally see from Team Secret, giving a lot of priority towards YapzOr, who has moved in towards mid.
Oh, we do have a haste rune on that bottom spot, though. It is scouted, however, by that ward, of course. So EG might even know that Crit has been seen with this as well because of how mid one was so easily able to de-ward.
Yeah, definitely. They should be aware. The wraparound is coming right now from YapzOr. It's Sumail. Kind of have an inkling that something's happening. They won't be able to get it, but does at least push back for a moment.
Yeah, that giant observer ward making things pretty easy for Sumail, but you still have to respect it, right? I mean, obviously YapzOr knows that he's seasoned at this point, but he still has to play a certain way as long as he's going to stand there.
Now another grab of the creep wave back behind the tower. You know, at various points throughout this year, it's felt like Zai has just been the best player in the world. Yeah. And I think that he's still been able to have a really good tournament here at TI, keeping on that impressive streak that we've seen.
And you see S4 is getting punished because Crit's going for stacks right now. Going to go for a double off to the side to try and propel his Leshrac, and he will be successful, nice and easy. So a little bit of gold saved up in the dire triangle at the moment.
Yes, definitely. And another wraparound coming. The fissure's going to land. Can Crit come in to save his buddy in time? He is still going for the Edict, the walk away. Fairy Fire isn't enough, not quite. Actually turning back in. Sumail, thought he was getting a little bit too far forward there, but might be able to instead go on to mid one. Looks like they won't be able to get that much more damage as the Tiny knowing the limits of his hero. But this is kind of rough. Doesn't have a bottle charge either for mid one.
Yeah, Crit's just kind of hanging around here for a little bit here. Now Fly's rotating through. Going to see that YapzOr is also still lurking. And we get some lonely offlaners.
Yeah, this is weird. This is sort of going back to the old days when you had 2v2 mid, basically. Oh, trying to break the salve, and they do manage to get it. So salve broken as soon as they pull it back out.
That is nice. That's an empty ball. So he needs this top rune.
Oh, Sleep comes out. They have the Split Earth afterwards. In fact, mid one might just be going down here. They try and find the kill, and in fact, can they get it? The Avalanche barely able to save it. The cloak back under tower to try and turn the fight, but there's already creeps there, and now pulling back in that Spirit Power. Crit able to get it.
Oh, I got a little worried. I thought maybe with a high five he's going to run into trouble, but Crit will bail them out, and that was all because they're trying to secure that top rune, right?
Yeah.
They want to ensure that he's not going to get the volley. You just canceled the sal. So Midwood's going to come back now. He's got some regen to help out Yapsor too. But great start there for EG in the mid lane.
4.5 minutes. Oftentimes people say that these early game kills don't end up mattering that much. Still, Obvi's a great way to propel that Lesh forward, and as the stun comes out, S4 just going to TP back towards Shrine, where it will come off cooldown very shortly.
This is nice too. Make sure you get a stack, of course, for your Sven buddy.
Yeah. Or possibly the Lesh.
Don't do it.
Oh, he's got
So there's a lot of pressure. This TI stage stacking, you know?
If you're missing that one, you got bigger
successful.
problems.
Incredible. He even gives it the ping. He's like, yo, I got this, guys.
Don't worry.
Hey, the Chen creeps were coming. He almost had some trouble.
That's fair enough. Well, that's 4 bounty runes, it looks like, for Secret.
Yeah, they were back stacking, I think, with several heroes right there. So, you know, when you do the math, that might work out okay for EG, or at least you're allocating your resources instead of spreading across the whole team with the bounty runes, you're pointing them at the target that you want.
That's a good point, yeah.
Unless they get stolen.
That would be tragic.
Yeah, you don't want that.
We have seen a couple of instances where teams will just come in and drop ultis on supports just to clear up the stacks. Could be a moment. I would fully believe that Yapsor would echo a stack.
Definitely. That first Echo Slam, it's hard to get a lot of good use out of it. Crystal Maiden, Shadow Shaman, even stacking Ancients for the Serpent Wards.
Oh, mid one. You got to be a little bit careful. Fly is nearby. It is nighttime. The Stomp, it's going to connect now. And no rotations as of yet. They are bringing in the Earthshaker, but they don't manage to find the Split Earth. So mid one gets away from trouble that time. And Rune going to spawn bottom as well. Man, unlucky for mid one so far on the runes.
They just have to deny it with the Chen instead. It was an invis.
Trading off those power shots. Crit's just not giving Ramona's notice. It really does feel like we're back to, 2v2 mid in a way almost. Keep on rotating in there towards the lane.
A lot of lurkers, a lot of hanger-oners here. Now, well, Sumail, he's got that arcane rune and he says, sorry, Sven. I'm going to handle this. Because much like a cleave, right, this is a magic spell that doesn't take into account how many units it's dealing damage to. So it is just as efficient at clearing out these giant stacks.
Yeah, so solid. Takes it down, and Sumail going to get a nice little boost of gold there. Again, as we mentioned, there are heroes on the side of Secret that could hypothetically move in and try and steal some of those away. Granted, none quite as effective as the Lesh or the Sven. But the hero that we haven't talked about all that much as of yet has been this Wraith King, who's kind of continued to farm up so far. 40 and 18 on him.
Oh, did they just get all 4 stacks? 1, 2. Oh, they got 3.
Look out down bottom as well. S4
kills are cool too.
Trying to get away from this one as the Fissure's going to land, and they will be able to run down at the Centaur, it looks like. So Nisha picking up a kill on top of having really solid CS in the lane stage.
So while they did that, though, they actually had 3 EG heroes all stacking camps inside that jungle. They almost got all 4. They missed 1 camp, but it does show you what they're trying to do in this game, right? Constant attention there while trying to keep these towers up as long as they can, because you don't want to lose control of this jungle. It is a big moneymaker for them.
Oh, inside, chasing down Fly now, going to give him the clap and then head away afterwards. So a little tip given over to Zai. Yapsor appreciating what his offlaner is doing.
They're trying to smoke up behind them, though.
This would be big if they could find it. RTZ looking for the opening, does spot out Puppy. Sumail is there as well. They're bringing in Zai and Yapsor, trying to get up close and personal. And PPD talked about this as the Ench killer. Can it work out here? Looks like it's just going to be running away time.
Yeah, oftentimes you only have enough for like that one burst this early on. So they hit the Chen first, and they'll tend to be happy enough with that.
And all this movement does give Crit a little bit of time to himself in the mid lane. Level 4 now, getting a fair few bit of CS. Actually already has a Javelin. So Bassi Javelin could become a bit of an issue once that Focus Fire comes out.
Yeah, actually going to be effective at the level 6 if he wants it.
Oh,
Stop now.
Managed to hit Sumail. Oh, the Fissure. Well played. That could have been a kill.
Yeah, you've got the possibilities of going aggro, this Earthshaker and Enchantress by blocking people off for the easy impetus kills, but also the defense when you have these telegraph setups that EG are relying on to hit that split Earth.
So, again, the defensive supports that you've got, at least somewhat. Earthshaker fulfills a dual role, but Chen later on with that Hand of God, gonna have to watch and make sure that EG don't commit too far if they hope to come out on top in an engagement.
Yeah, we're closing on it too, right? 10-minute mark. Should be an easy tome pick up there for Puppy.
But so far, it really does feel like Secret is the one that are kind of making the moves around the map, while EG just trying to play a little bit more passively until they get into those first round of items. And this is to the benefit of Nisha, who's now sitting almost 1,000 gold ahead of Arteezy.
Yeah, and they're getting that tower knocked down too, so they're going to be able to invade into that top jungle area fairly easily.
All the creeps take down the building, and now EG going to try and make their own move with S4 bottom. Does have 3 points up and Retaliate, as well as the Stampede available.
And you thought Nisha was rich now. He's just getting that Midas too. He's got the maxed out skeletons. The faster he's attacking, the faster he's making them. And he's going to be spamming those boys with the extra gold. Now TPing, not even going to walk from there because he wants to make sure he's getting these final kills and the stacks. Optimal efficiency here from Nisha.
Wraparound coming towards mid, as mid one wanted to find Fly, but Fly just going to keep this tower alive, killing off and slowing down those creeps from moving in. And this is nice too, though, because Secret, it's not just taking those buildings, but it's Nisha getting farmed.
Not really having to be too involved, right? I mean, we just don't have that many kills, frankly, so I guess he's involved in 50% of the kills, but doesn't feel like he's seen a whole lot of the enemy team so far this match.
No. And Zai going to TP down bottom to hold off the pressure that's coming from there. The mid one keeps farming in the mid lane, while Fly getting his levels as well. And kind of feeling like it's, again, one of those instances where sort of that, you know, no rush 15 minutes or so, where everybody kind of hangs out, gets into those mana Midases, and then we wait and see where the first big rotations come, probably around defending towers.
It looks like they might be smoking up here now from EG. They don't have the 6 on the ET. There's his tome. Okay, so he's got it now.
This would be a perfect kill. This is absolutely perfect if they can get him. Mid
The question
one.
is, how do you lead it? You've only got 1 point in the shackle, so don't miss.
Oh, he does miss, and the stomp able to connect. They have the split earth afterwards, and now just running forward for him, but the fissure able to keep him alive with the hand of God, the avalanche. It's not enough. Sumail gets the kill.
Yeah, cost them the Stampede too, but that's fine. Very worthy knockdown there. The only person probably a little bit better would be Nisha, but mid one has a very specific mid-game timing that he's trying to hit right here. And I would say he's a little underfarmed for his normal kind of tiny game, right? Trying to get into that blink.
Yeah. Well, a lot of attention was placed on him very early on by EG. It felt like that was the hero that they wanted to target and try and shut down early on so he couldn't get that ball rolling. I mean, it is something that's worth saying. If a Tiny gets ahead of the Lesh and just starts finding kill after kill after kill, the game feels very tough for EG.
Yeah, Puppy up here. He's got the whole family together. Not going to break it up. You know, keeping the household as one. So the Centaurs will work as a unit to push this top lane. And kind of facilitating that dead lane role for his team. Probably going to get an Invis rune here. Maybe a chance to set something up. Not a lot of sentries placed down this early in the match.
Yeah, so far, so good. EG looking on top of it. And the biggest thing for me is that as this game goes later, I really feel like the supports of EG do more in the late game. You know, you compare that Wind Ranger and the Elder Titan to, I mean, the Chen really is the big one for me.
Yeah, of course the Earthshaker, like that's single-handedly, I can still win team fights for my team, but you can say the same thing about ET. And the Wind Ranger, she kind of almost moves from support. She doesn't really play, she plays more like a core in the mid and the late game than she does as support.
Well,
to me, the real question is just going to be that Radiance on Nisha, right?
Okay.
When that comes out, you have to then assess what EG have and if they can deal with it. Can they actually take fights when they're going to be versus that? Because that sounds pretty terrifying to me.
TZ walking for a little while there with his Midas. Killed all the creeps. There wasn't anything left over afterwards. But it's already...
Mantis unhappy. I think I just heard him, actually. Counting the seconds.
It's actually Maelstrom completed already at 13 minutes now for the Wind Ranger as well.
Doesn't even have boots. I mean, he's waddling around here on the Wind Ranger.
Dude, who needs boots?
I like the javelin. I wasn't sure if he'd go for it as well. But as you pointed out, just not a lot of interactions with enemy heroes, so he's just taking his time. No rush indeed.
Literally just hanging out, farming. Yeah. And Secret giving him that opportunity as well. S4 now, getting closer towards that blink. We'll see if he decides to pick one up early. Immediate TP away. So there won't be a chance for a kill down bottom, but maybe some pressure for the tier 2. Sometimes we've seen this tier 2 tower get taken very early on.
Yeah, and with little defense too. So they have the full retaliate. I think Fly's just going to maybe back him up a little bit here. And they'll see if they can get a defense out of Secret, some rotations.
Yeah, either that or maybe make a smoke play of their own into EG's jungle.
Crit's playing the Vanguard right now, right? He's sitting at the top of the stairs, casting up some spells, trying to protect that tier 1 tower, but also putting himself in between Secret and Arteezy.
Looks like instead it's going to be EG that want to come and defend the tier 1 tower mid lane. After farming out the Secret jungle, Anisha keeping his farm up as well. Only about 800 gold away from that relic, getting closer to the Radiance.
Yeah, Sumail's TP was on cooldown, so he couldn't stay bottom and try and get a trade.
Toss back. Far under tower. They have everything for him. Control coming out, and he gets the Stampede off. Able to run away. Finds the hoof stomp afterwards. Trying to take down 2. X4 lands. The Echo Slam doesn't do anything. And now Arteezy jumps in. Finds the catch for the kill. Oh, man. Secret made a boo-boo as mid 1 also going to get ran down here. Can they find the stun and the kill? They will.
Crit Dota. That shackle is what saved that team fight for sure, right? That very clutch moment right where they got there, and the stomp as well. But in combination, the 2 supports trying to help protect S4 there and make sure Secret wouldn't have a chance to get that full damage out there. So a dangerous looking push because, of course, they're playing fully without Nisha versus Sumail, who's getting in there along with Arteezy with all this damage.
Yeah, and it comes so quick. That's the thing. All of this team fight control coming from the EG supports as we can see the replay coming out of here as well. And it looks like he should just be going down, but those other heroes, they don't have that much damage.
Jeez, first they control one half of Secret with the shackle, then the other half with the stomp, and Zai just got to do nothing the whole time.
Yeah. Follow-up coming in afterwards. The Edict, Fly, letting his team know how he feels about it. So 15 and a half minutes in and a smoke up coming from Evil Geniuses. This lineup can just keep going.
Yeah, they won't have the Stampede, though, which is a little worrisome, but they also know the Hand of God won't be there.
Yeah, God's Strength
They
also
do get
not available.
Star Scan, okay.
Earth Splitter. And they're still just trying to hold on to this tower for all they can. Fly.
Jeez, that's a mech on Puppy, though. He has brought back the Hand of God.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, and they're just going to back out.
How many courses we had? Just 3, so they've adopted another one.
They could go on Denisha here. Avalanche, mid 1, trying to find it. They don't go for the splitter as of yet. They find it afterwards. Mid 1, very low. The stomp coming from S4 finds it onto them. The sleep afterwards. Nisha's in trouble. He's going down, and the Fisher's actually blocking them off from getting in closer. This is Nisha possibly going down. Hand of God, Mechanism, everything to save my Wraith King, but it is not enough. And now Secret getting ran at continuously by Evil Geniuses, trying to take down Zai, and they are possibly going to get it for him. Yes, Fly gets away.
That Courser.
Oh, no, it doesn't. They managed to find him at the very end. Zai gets one more hit.
The golems.
Oh, they did it to him.
Yeah. Back from the dead, able to bring him down, but Evil Geniuses with a huge fight for themselves. And of course, they don't get any XP on the side of Secret because it was the Centaur, the Mud Golem that got the final kill.
Well, that is a big win. EG now up 10-3 over Secret. The 2,000 gold lead.
Again, though, question is the Radiance, right?
Yeah.
It is still going to be coming out here soon from Nisha. It is that big power point for him. But at this point, I mean, when we were last discussing that, we had mid 1 and Zai kind of jostling for positions with Sumail and S4. Now they've kind of firmly cemented themselves ahead of them. Maybe S4 and mid 1 are still a little bit close, but Sumail dishing out so much damage in this early game. 4-0-6. Very impressive net worth so far from a guy that has not been hitting the creeps quite as hard as the Wraith King and the Sven.
And he's going for this build, too, to stay alive in the fights. That's all he really needs to do on this Leshrac. Has the Yule Scepter there for a defensive save if things get a little bit too crazy, and also, of course, to help out his team against that Earthshaker.
Yeah, he's going to have to make sure that he does stay alive, though, if he goes in for this Bloodstone build. S4 going to run into Puppy, starts the initiation, maybe taking a look here, see if there's any friends.
Oh, the root. That's keeping Arteezy under fire, but he has his Blink Dagger. Going to come off cooldown in just a second. Should have it on him. Hasn't been delivered, actually, as of yet. They actually recall in Zai. So Arteezy in some trouble now. He does not have friends with them, and Zai just continuing to run him down with mid 1 in the area. Can they get an S4 again with the stomp, and Arteezy goes down. And now the Stampede to try and run away. They bring down the EG carry.
Yeah, that was just level 1 in the impetus, too. He's only level 11 when he got the final touch there, so nicely played from Zai. Good positioning there. Try to get the saves again from the sports, but not enough. This time, they got to be careful. You don't have that much damage, so it's just some disengaging spells here.
Yeah. Not wanting to fully commit onto that one, but a very nice pickup for Secret, and does give Nisha a little bit more breathing room to farm up and finish off that Radiance. Just very close to getting a complete S4. Yeah. Realizing mid 1 is in the area, is going to get himself out of dodge.
So now we're gonna have that Radiance on the way, and they didn't really have to expend anything on the side of Secret, right? They're also really close to that Blink Dagger on Yaps, so now with the Tower Gold even closer. So, if you are Team Secret, potentially securing one more tower for yourself, and then I think you're starting to consider that Roche Pit just a little bit right now, right? With the Radiance, I think you're willing to take a fight there. Does depend on the timings and the cooldowns, of course, of the Elder Titan as well as that God Strength, but probably something both teams are going to be attempting to snag for themselves.
Yeah, always a consideration in these games, and you can see Dota Plus right now heavily favoring EG with all of these cores, and most notably, really, it's Crit on this Wind Ranger that's really taken off.
Yeah, as you said, these cores, yeah.
I mean,
he's up there with the upper stack, not down there with the shakers and the chens.
Yeah.
A very defensive smoke here from EG, basically just taking back control of their own area.
And this is feeling like it's taking a little bit too long. Yapstar has enough for his Blink Dagger, but they're actually not quite going to go for it. He needs to get over to the side shop to get it. I thought that was going to be a fight, but
Courier's going
decided
instead.
to back out.
It is a fat Courier, too. They bring it back. They're like, dude, that's way too risky. Get that thing out of there. You go.
Yeah, he's going to go and get that one. But that does scout it out the Blink Dagger on the Earthshaker. He walked right by a ward. So EG are going to be aware of this.
Sumail.
Top side. They find one. Mid one. In some trouble. And S4 shows up. And they kill off the Tiny. Another time, mid one going down in this game.
Yep, same time, at least Zai is able to take that mid-tier 1 tower. So again, control over Roche a little bit more equalized here, as EG won't have that tier 1 tower to move to.
Midas back out again.
Yapsor is lurking now. Doesn't want to show anywhere. Wants to make this first big play with the Blink Dagger, so they're going to send Nisha out first. They have that Observer Ward, though, in the lane next to Nisha from EG, so they've already spotted the Earthshaker and the Edge kind of jostling through those trees.
And at the 20-minute mark now, with the mechanism done, they're just going to try and, it seems like, kind of wait to farm up their next set of items. But this is one of the pivotal points that we always talk about with anybody that builds a Bloodstone, really. What do they get out of the next fight?
Don't die.
Pretty much. That's what it feels like for Sumail at this point as he finishes his off. You have to make sure that you stay alive in that next round of engagements.
It also helps determine his next item too, right? Whether it's going to be the BKB, whether it's going to be the Boots of Travel. These next few engagements are just super crucial. Now Yapsor hits that level 10, so he's going to make up for his build with the Tranquils. Get himself that mana.
Now movement into the jungle. Yapsor gets the blink away up to the high ground. Power shot lands the stun. And they find Yapsor getting greedy up on top of the cliff.
He really did.
EG is like, we know that spot very well. You can't hide there from us. And they will find that pickoff.
Maybe it was a taunt, you know?
Possibly. Mid one in the bottom lane, they find him as well. And Crit chasing him down, has the shackle shot afterwards.
Really? He's now 0, 6, and 2 on Tiny.
Oh, I was talking about Crit.
Well, I know Crit's doing everything. Is he a mid player? Because he's ahead of the Tiny. Okay, he's not quite. But he is kill-wise, that's for sure. 4, 0, and 7 on Crit right now. A mid-Tiny, an aggressive hero. Someone you expect to be going across the map and picking up kills for his team to create some space. No, he's creating space in the ground. His grave.
And to be fair, it feels like it's a lot based upon how much pressure they put on him. Like, this was the game plan from EG going into it. They're like, we're going to mess this guy up.
He will still be creating concerns, I think, for Sumail if he does go for the Boots of Travel build before the BKB, right? If this guy's off on some side lanes by himself, Tiny's a very scary guy. He can blink, he can just toss you back to someone who's got a little bit more gold, like that Wraith King, right? Get the follow-up stun, then you get some help from Yapsor, too. There's not a lot of safe places on the map in terms of split pushing, but Aleshrak, beyond just the Boost of Travel function, the TP is always going to appreciate all that move speed in the engagements. Move speed from the smoke now for Secret.
Oh, they jump forward. They find him, trying to get a turnaround here. Fly, able to get it. The splitter down. They have the shackle onto 1. There's not a lot of damage coming out from Zai, but now he turns to try and find the fight for the hook stomp onto 3. S4 makes it happen again. They haven't been able to play Dota, but Yapsor coming in with the Echo Slam. It's not doing enough damage, though. Maybe the follow-up coming from Nisha with the Blade Mail is, though, as Sumail tries to run away. Yule Scepter, leave him alive. Is it going to be enough? He's still walking away. Crit controlling. Nobody has died except for that Earthshaker, but S4 again finds the big stomp, the power shot afterwards. They need to run away. Zai's doing too much damage, the avalanche toss, and the kill comes through.
They're able to get RTZ up. Fly actually goes back in after wanding.
Dude, those Corsairs, all of that magic resistance, it's insane.
Yeah, they need it. The way they're like kind of stacking and delaying the fight, getting more and more spells off. And yeah, as you can see from that recap there, what, 3,000 more damage, and you're the ones who took down a core versus a support
Yeah.
from the side of Secret. So you need a heck of a lot to get through all that resistance.
See, S4 there hitting a couple of big stomps, but it was not enough in the end. I mean, does it get to the point where you need to like focus those creeps down? I don't know. Not sure what the heck you do.
It's difficult to do though.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they're sitting with it, right? Maybe you come into a fight with your Midas is fresh or something and just opt for it, but they've only got one on the Sven, and I highly doubt Arteezy is going to be down for that play.
Maybe even going in and trying to like clear them through with the Sven himself if he's able to find him and spot him. But it's not easy. Not easy at all. 25-minute mark. Secret going to pick up 3 of those bounty runes. Sumail gets the other one.
Crit's actually a higher level than mid. That is nuts.
Now, and has the mechanism, so EG has some form of sustain for themselves now as well.
And then the one reason that fight also went really poorly for EG was because when it started, Fly Spirit was on cooldown. So that's why he had to throw out a defensive Earth Splitter. He did not want to do that. Yeah, right here, when Arteezy gets jumped, the Spirit's not ready. So Fly's sitting there like, usually, right, I'm going to throw that Spirit, I'm going to stomp. He has the Earth Split instead. So already the fight gets messy. If they had a stomp on that 3-man ramp, that could have looked a lot better for EG. But S4 instead is to come through with that big hoof stomp there. And Secret, it's slow for them, right? Because they're eventually getting this damage out. But there's not enough from EG to secure the kills.
And maybe something similar going to happen here. Nisha's not with the team, sitting up on the top lane, but obviously can get in quickly if there is a fight brewing. S4 looking for an opening as the smoke is going to dissipate.
Yeah, the Ogre Frost Mage is the only person playing the lane. He does eventually leave it, but other than that, it's just creeps and skeletons.
Yeah. Now, all of these creeps, they're super OP. You know, you get the stun coming through. Arteezy following it up, already initiating. Can they get enough damage out, though? It's looking like it's going to be there. Zai also getting turned upon. They buy back on the Tiny, though. Can they get any more kills? Secret trying to find something afterwards. The fissure, timing from Yapster as the BKB wears off. Avalanche controlling up this Sven. He's able to get a good shackle, but it's not enough, as they will kill off the carry another time.
Yeah, just hopping onto the Tiny just feels like the worst possible option. He is the last hero you want to initiate on, I think, in these fights, because he's not that worth right now, right? He's got Blink Echo. I'd rather maybe try and get Zai before he can get anything, try and eliminate the Chen or the Earthshaker from the fight. And even the Raid King would be something to perhaps try and get down that first light without spending too much. But they actually spent a heck of a lot there just getting that first kill, and then, of course, he just buys back and puts him in good position for Roche.
And now you're in a position where you have to give up Roche as Evil Geniuses. They're going to try and slow it down with the Elder Titan Spirit. They have the stomps to land on top of it.
Oh, but his Spirit's going back.
They have an idea where he's at. Time to run away. And Yulsep built up Sumail. Actually going to find Yapzor, maybe going to bring him down. Hand of God has have to be used. The power shot comes through to finish him off, and now mid one able to control onto Fly. I mean, Roche isn't going down quite that slowly. Can they really get there in time to contest without a buyback from Arteezy? It's getting super low. Fly trying to make it happen, but it's not going to be enough. I mean,
they're waiting. They give him a moment.
And now looking for the follow-up. Another stomp, another catch the shackle! Able to interrupt at mid one, though. Being that stalwart force in the middle of all of them to make sure they can't initiate onto the rest of his team does mean that mid one is likely going to die again, but he's able to keep the rest of them alive. Sumail still living through this one. Arteezy back in the midst of it. Turns on to Zai, wants to kill him off instead. Turns on to Nisha, and barely able to keep Sumail alive. There's no mana on Zai! He gets one last hit with a shot out. That's enough for the kill, and now Arteezy trying to stand tall against absolutely everybody. Needs to run away. The Earth Splitter comes through, still dodging. Crit even trying to slow them down with the Rin Run slow, but he will too eventually fall. And EG managed to get a couple of buybacks out, but still it's the Aegis for Secret.
Yeah, at the very least, you were able to, as you said, secure Arteezy's escape by losing Sumail. Gonna hurt them heavily there. And he tried to ignore the Wraith King, but I don't think you can, right? He tries to go past him, try and focus on Zai, because he knows that he can't allow this engine to be there in the back line, but then there's no real additional follow-up damage there on Denisha. I think they just need more at a crit. It's hard to ask for more when the guy's 6'1" and 10, but
no.
It's the guy's got a BKB, so Sumail can't do a whole lot to try and help deal with Nisha. And then that blade mail absolutely wrecks Crit, which is probably why he's not targeting him, right? Because if I go for that focus fire on him, I'm just going to die.
And you can see this opening here as well, getting that stomp, same time as the Shackles came out, actually.
Yeah, a little unfortunate in that regard.
But they did manage to find the mid-1 kill yet again. And then, of course, the follow-up coming. It looked like Zai maybe was going to not be able to get the last kill onto Sumail there.
Look at those coursers, though. I mean, you see the buffs down at the bottom.
It's true.
They're just hanging on the high ground there. So a couple potatoes. I guess the coursers could be the meat. It could be the meat and potatoes strat. No. We good with that?
I like that.
Yeah,
idea.
it sounds good.
Meat
No
and
problem.
potatoes. Let's fit it into every cast.
Yeah, makes a lot of good. Well, first course, center coursers, they're still there. He's got 2 potatoes, some meat.
Yeah, they're heading off across the map.
Needs to find some more, though.
I like that. Zai, walking uphill. They have a shackle shot lands. Nisha just going to walk forward. They find the hoof stomp on the back line.
got
But
the timing,
another
guys.
fissure. Mid-1, not going to go down from that one. The split earth coming through as well as it lands onto Earthshaker. This is a nice one. All Yapster tries to drop the Echo Slam. It's not quite enough. Sumail needs the Yules to stay alive as he walks through the trees and to tiptoe his way away. And Arteezy also having to escape. This Enchantress just does so much freaking damage. The Shackle BKB reaction from Nisha before it landed. Still trying to run away. Arteezy able to get it. Another round of hoof stomps coming through onto 2, but there's no follow-up.
It's just delay. That's all it is, right? Every single one of these stuns, I feel like, is just trying to get them out. But at some point, they've got to go in. They've got to get the damage to try and win these team fights, and it feels like it's still so far away. I'm talking like Bloodthorn, Sven, and probably like item after like Moonshard or something. Because Nisha just feels like you cannot handle him right now.
Seems like Arteezy needs 5,000 more net worth of items, and oh, lo and behold, that's how much Nisha is up.
Some good math right there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it. But yeah, Tier 2 Tower going to get taken in Secret, who have been so dominant all year long. Going to try and take this game in the upper bracket. Assault Cure has done as well. And again, it's feeling like EG, their only solution is to try and delay. Stomp going to land. But no follow-up as of yet. Another round of Shackles trying to kill off the Skeletons. They're not set back at all. So they're just going to keep on moving forward.
Well, of course, Nisha, there's no real concerns about mana burn this game, right? So
yeah.
He opted for the 2x Skeleton spawn, which I got to say, guys, if you haven't played it, it is one of the funnest talents, I will say, especially with the skeleton damage. But he opted for the strength this game. But these guys, you get so many skeletons, they enrich you with gold because they just go all over the map and farm for you, and they're great at sieging high ground.
Oh, and you can keep on spawning them over and over and over again. And, well, in the meantime, Evil Geniuses looking to find a pickoff. S4 runs into Yapsor in mid-1. A little bit of a toss-up in the air, and then, hey, how you doing? See you later.
Well, considering the way these fights have been feeling, I'm surprised the net worth is so close. Currently, Nisha, team?
Oh?
All right.
He's just out of there.
No Earth Splitter in time there, and, well, not going to need his friends, as he's just feeling the strength of his hero right now. And now he's a Shadow Blade. Okay.
Interesting.
All right, Nisha.
What's the idea behind this?
He's looking to end the game here, looking for the back line, trying to catch just a fly. I mean, how have these fights been going, right? Just a nuisance. If we initiate onto anyone that's not fly, we get stomped. We initiate on someone who's not crit, we just get shackled or something. So if you can get onto one of those two before they can get their spells off, before the wind run, they can have a chance of actually bursting down one of these very annoying, essentially save supports at this point.
And a smoke up coming from them as well. They will try and find somebody. But looking so far like nobody's around. They realize the smoke doesn't break on the illusion. Also that he's not killing off the creep wave. Kind of a red flag. And now
there's a pink from
out.
Arteezy too, so I think maybe
Yeah, they know.
saying the Shadow Blade, be like, okay, might be going for Silver Edge as well here, guys. He does have queued up. He's also got a Moonshard there too, so we'll see which one he opts for. That is one thing with the Blade Mail, is that it does make your inventory a little wonky, I think, when you play Wraith King, because after the Blade Mail and the Radiance, you tend to get gold so fast that you're almost ready to replace the Blade Mail in like 10 minutes.
And again, it's sort of a testament to the craziness of Dota. Right now, the kill score 9-20, but if you keep your eyes on sort of the win probability and where we're sitting at this point in the game, it's almost back to about 50-50, it feels like. It's really swung back from where it was before. And, you know, Evil Geniuses, feels like they're maybe losing a little bit of a grip on the game.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've lost it a while ago. I still think this game is very hard for EG to win. It's going to take, again, just time and time for them to do it. Maybe they can. It certainly helps that mid-one's been a virtual non-factor, but a damage sponge.
And this is a nice little pickup for them as well, taking down mid one. Can Secret get there in time? Not quite. Now, they're kind of committed to this fight as well. Another great fissure coming from Yapzor just to play spoiler to that kill potential. Puppey, okay, they want the bigger kill. They want to find Zai. BKB popped the turn, finding that kill, and Zai is going to eat the dirt. And Yapzor also, he stuck around a little bit too long. One by one, Secret going down. None of these heroes have buyback, Trent. What's going on?
My weak and puny allies have failed me. What are they doing? They're fighting without Nisha.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, that's pretty much the only way things can go wrong, right? Is getting caught out like that. So great stuff there from EG to capitalize on that. And there he is.
Another round of it.
All right, he's got the BKB.
Finding their man.
They got the Earth Splitter.
Shadow Blade, but they got detection. Or do they? No. They dropped the sentry ward off to the side. Is there any more detection coming through? Fly.
Oh, there we go.
Still chasing, but Nisha does the okie doke. Gets out of there.
Now, does he farm the lane? No, okay. He's not that brave.
Now, I thought that the Roche was going to be back up in time for him to take advantage of the lack of buybacks, but does not look like that's going to happen. So with the 3,000 gold lead, EG, again, starting to play catch-up and getting farm onto that big bad Sven.
Well, as you said, catch, right? Because much like the way that you're able to delay these fights and drag them out because of the heroes on EG, equally they have very good catch from those same heroes, right? Even there's the Spirit Scouting ahead, you've got the Wind Ranger who's so quick with the Shackles, the Leshrac with the Yules, and then S4 who's been flying out of his mind with the Stomps this game. I will say, I feel like I haven't given quite enough credit to him. He's been hitting 2 or 3-man Stomps virtually every single time. So if the fight goes bad for Secret, it's going to go real bad because they're going to run you down like that.
Well, it does feel like it's kind of a weird game right now for S4 because he's kind of just this big ball of auras and a stampede from time to time with that big stun that comes out.
Yeah.
But really not lacking that damage. That's where Crit is coming into play. And well, speaking of Crit, he's going to get pulled back in.
He's level 20 though.
Talent. And the chase forward, the Bloodthorn. Look at the damage coming out. S4 finds the stomp there again onto 2RTT, trying to take down one. It's going to be Zai, and now afterwards, turning towards mid one. The Avalanche trying to delay things, but it might. Oh, Yapzor! Where's the follow-up though? Nisha's there. Do they have enough damage? It's not looking like it's quite going to be there as EG continue to run through them, and Sumail just backing away from Nisha. His BKB wearing off soon. And actually, Crit lives through this one as well. Avalanche isn't going to be enough. They actually reveal himself, and Crit goes down. Puppey also going to hit the deck. Another round of another bunch of kills. Nisha just trying desperately to hold on here. Chasing down and finding Arteezy. They blow him up. Able to get the kill on his Sven. Mid one with this buyback might be making enough space for the rest of his team.
Yeah, good buybacks there, and they know the Roche is up. We have to come back and fight for this one.
And S4 chasing. Sumail shows up for another round, and now catching on to mid one. This fight's gone on for forever, it feels like. Another Avalanche, but Crit doing the damage for his team with the Split Earth afterwards. They take down the Tiny.
They made it past, right? Sumail reading the game so well by going for that Shiva's guard because he got initiated on at the start of that fight, and Nisha couldn't kill him. He suddenly realized he's hitting this Leshrac, and he's like, what? I'm not doing nearly enough damage to this guy. And so he kind of wasted the break on the Leshrac. He did eventually get a break onto the Sven, which might have helped a little bit there at the end. But EG, they have made it past. I was worried about the potential high ground there from Secret, but they held fast with those big pickoffs at the 30-minute mark. And now, Secret trying to delay.
Wraith King jumps into the middle of him. The Aegis, it's going to get picked up, though. And now Nisha, he's committed. He does have ulti available, but does he end up having to pop it now? Crit trying to run away. Zai caught off to the side. They don't have BKB to pop. Untouchable doing so much work here. Sumail, can they get it in time? Still chasing. Sumail going to be able to find Puppey, but can he get any more afterwards? Nisha turning on Sumail. He eats the cheese and able to back away now. Crit's still living through this. They're kiting it all beautifully. EG trying to run, try inside. The Echo Saber slow in the rundown. Nisha going to call. And they find themselves another round of another couple kills. Blade Mail be damned. EG, you're coming.
Last man standing falls for Secret, and now it's EG on a rush.
And down mid, because guess what? They have used every freaking buyback in the game, and are they going to go for it all? EG right now, 85 seconds with no Wraith King. In a topsy-turvy matchup, if we've ever seen one.
Yeah.
How much do they want to test?
At some point, if you don't make that timing right, the one guy's not going to be enough, and they just dropped like an absolute rock on the Enchantress and the Tiny. And that big boulder was nothing but a pebble this game. One of the most Now, disappointing performances you've probably ever seen if you're mid one. Just could not find a game. EG doing a great job, of course, of focusing him down. But mid one just not able to make the plays here. So they're going to lose themselves that mid set of racks as well as the melee on the bottom. Secret in a spot here now.
You can see 10, 3, 11, and 34,000 hero damage for Arteezy. He's played a pretty nice Sven, it must be said. But to me, one of the standout players has definitely got to be Crit. This guy's been all over the place.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone's got these nice KDAs this game, right? Because they only got 12 kills on the side of Secret. But, I mean, Sumail 9-1-19, and then Crit, as you're seeing there, 8-2-19. 8 camps stacked. He's doing it all. He's got a ward destroyed. He spent 630 gold on support items.
Amazing.
Wow.
How can we deal with it? Man, so Shrine's taken basically 2 lanes of racks. You've got 25 on Lesh also. So all of those Diabolic Edict explosions
love that
causing some trouble.
That's how you siege a high ground right there.
Oh, yeah. Hasterin picked up for Sumail bottom, or rather top, and there's an Arcane down bottom. But if you're Secret, what's the play at this point? Like, you're down 15,000 net worth. You've got, at the very least, Aghanims now on mid one.
You need Crit. Yeah, exactly. You need a Chrysalis on that onto mid one. You got to make these big plays. You want the BKBs who can actually cast the spells. Definitely a fair choice. But they need some ultimate wombo combo stuff here from Team Secret. But they've done it before. We have seen them come back from games that looked worse than this. Unfortunately, I don't think they have the heroes to do it as easily this. These huge expectations, and everyone's like, no, but this is going to be different. And of course, it's only game one in the upper bracket. I'm not trying to jinx it.
Like here. 15,000 net worth lead for Evil Geniuses.
That Centaur over there, he's got 3,650 HP.
Obviously,
They've outlasted the Aegis. It's a good start, right?
yeah. I mean, it feels like the path to victory has to come through Yapsor again on that Earthshaker, hitting the big, giant Echo Slams, and then having the damage afterwards from mid one.
Yeah, but these are some meaty guys over there. I know you guys are the ones with the coursers, but that Centaur over there, he's got 3,650 HP.
Yeah, it's true. Not to mention that Aeon Disc on Crit now. He's not going down. BKBs galore. And bottom lane. Is EG going to clear through those creeps and push in for another round? Maybe take down that tier 2 tower. We are still about a minute and a half away from Roche being capable of respawning. And a nice way to start this one off is bottling up a DD, or just taking it, because why not?
Regeneration.
couldn't even hit the buttons fast enough. He's like, I hit.
Forward now. RTZ, he's ready to go up on the high ground. It's a lot of damage out of that ring, but Avalanche pops the RTZ pops the BKB, now trying to do this guy's mad. Wants to turn him down, see if it's going to happen, and indeed he finds one kill. Now looking for the second, killing off his own captain, and now looking to take a bit more as the tier 3 tower goes down, and everybody retreats. Chase forward though. Avalanche throwing out that Raid Fire Blast. Now Nisha, Shadow Blade, Chase, BKB wants to kill off Sumail, but Sumail very speedy on that ledge. Arteezy doesn't care. The rest of his team is dying. He's farming up a hard camp.
Yeah, Sumail, he's just gonna pop that.
And he is going to go for the full Bloodthorn after the Shadow Blade.
For Sentry combo on the
and Wraith King realizes I need a big item. Doesn't matter if I have buyback. I've got my ulti, and he is going to go for the full-on Bloodthorn after the Shadow Blade, wanting to make some magic happen. So often this has been the guy to carry.
Yeah, there's some heroes that maybe this will work on, but they have an Observer Sentry combo in the mid lane, so they see him.
Yeah, and crit.
Secret, I would say.
Scouting things out. They're even sending the little creeps up to get vision.
Perhaps just one more
Potato
item on
might
some of
get
these
killed off here.
heroes.
Looks like they're going to leave him.
Anything that will, I don't think he's got the time. They're certainly going to need Nisha and Sumail tangling out down here.
46 minutes in, Evil Geniuses
But he's going to be careful.
one last push onto high ground possible. Roche, now we know will respond in 2 minutes. So a little bit of a longer period of time for EG.
Yeah, only benefits Secret, I would say. I didn't know. So a little bit more wiggle room here, perhaps just one more item on some of these heroes, another level, anything that will help in this engagement, because they're certainly going to need a little Nisha and Sumail tangling it out down here.
And Nisha.
Yeah, he's got the TP, but he's going to be careful.
Going down the TP.
There's a talent there, my friends.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nisha getting caught out, killed, and that man just fought out. He doesn't have buyback.
Is this guy human? I didn't know. I mean, the guy's been so mechanical, like a robot, the entire season, but perhaps a little error there from Nisha.
And the 25 talent, like you mentioned, from Leshrac, making the distance, their difference between the BKB. And now this is an easy push for them. I mean, it's 1,300 gold away. Secret need a miracle and a bit more than that.
Goes from King to King Slayer. You know, Sumail, he wears several hats for the team.
The huge pickoff from Sumail. And now EG moving up onto high ground. This hold feeling like an impossibility. They need everything from Yapzor as well as Zai. Looking for that opening. Fissure going to be thrown out. They also have the tree toss coming from mid one. They're going to run out of trees, though, before they can burn through these EG hero pools. Sumail still holding on for the moment. They use the glyph.
Remember, when Nisha's dead, it's a 60k net worth lead.
That's true. He is
all right. That guy's got a lot of it tied up in himself.
And they do a buyback on Zai, but mid one jumping in. Yapzor able to find the Echo Slave. It's not enough damage. Arteezy able to get the BKB off, takes down Yapzor. No buyback from him either. EG smelling blood, going for the chase. Sumail still trying to run away. The stomp is going to connect onto one, but their eyes on the prize. Evil Genius is going to take down these tier 4 towers. And Secret, they can't believe it, as they are not willing to give up, but this game is well and truly over. Evil Geniuses are going to go up 1-0 over Secret.
On that same level with them, right? Mid one had a very rough start.
A disconnect coming out. Secret really struggling in that last couple of minutes, it felt like.
Yeah, EG, they stood the test of time versus that Secret lineup. To get themselves over the hump of that early game. Nisha was looking terrifying. Got himself that Radiance at a decent moment there, but his allies, they weren't quite on that same level with him, right? Mid one had a very rough start. Only a single death, I believe, for Zion in the first 15